Hey y'all, welcome to B's Intuition. I'm B and I'm back with another general collective energy message. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I do cuss and I do tell the truth, so if you don't like either one of the two, then you probably should move on. I've already prayed over the cards and the energy, so we're just going to hop in and get this message. Please remember to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe, especially to those of you that are viewing the channel but have not yet subscribed. You don't want to miss out on the messages that God has for you. Also, please remember to take what resonates only and leave the rest for whoever it's for. Every message will not be your message. So, with that being said, y'all, let's hop in. Hope you guys are having a blessed day, you guys. For those of you that don't know, we do have a Patreon page. It is B's Intuition on Patreon. So you guys are more than welcome to join us. So I keep seeing the Ten of Pentacles card in the tarot deck. So something about some finances. But, you know, like the Ten of Pentacles gives me, you know, like inheritance. Ten of Pentacles gives me, you know, like a big amount of money. Ten of Pentacles gives me, you know, like something being passed down to somebody, like by their ancestors. Ten of Pentacles gives me, a lot of ancestors, protecting somebody. Ten of Pentacles gives me, like a lot of ancestors having their hand in something. So, I don't know, y'all. I just keep seeing that Ten of Pentacles. So let's just see what's going on. Holy Spirit, what is it that we need to know? The bottling up of emotions card flipped over. So somebody, could be bottling up their emotions, Maybe somebody, was scared, to express their emotions. But normally, when people bottle up their emotions instead of expressing their emotions, one day, they could just, have some type of outburst. So somebody, could be about to have some type of outburst. Ooh. This could have something to do with a secret. So maybe, like somebody, they're bottling up their emotions, or, they're just, it could be, messing with somebody really bad, so like somebody, has some type of secret, that they could have been keeping from somebody, and it could be, like messing with their conscience really bad. There definitely could be a lot of whispering going on. There could be, like a lot of people, that could be, like talking, secretively, maybe about somebody, or talking secretively about something. Somebody is going to receive some type of message. I feel like this is from their spiritual team. And I feel like whatever this message is, or whatever this information is, I feel like it's going to put a smile on somebody's face. Or, it could be, like confirmation. So that could be, like why a smile, could be put on somebody's face. Because it's kind of like maybe what somebody's intuition was telling them. Maybe somebody wasn't sure. And so then, their spiritual team reaches out to them, or they reach out to their spiritual team, and then their spiritual team, like confirms, whatever their intuition, was saying. So that could be the case for somebody. Something is made up. So somebody, could have made up something out here. They could have made up a story, going back, to, like people, whispering and talking about something, whatever they're whispering and talking about, it could be made up. Somebody, made up a whole story. But something is fake out here. So this could be, like somebody's lifestyle. So somebody, could have made up, like a whole lifestyle, Somebody, says, they could post things on social media, making it look like, that they have all this money, they could be taking pictures in front of, fancy cars, but, they're really not their cars. Something is made up. Something is fake. Somebody's first, middle, or last name could start with a K or a Y, a T, a N, a X, a U, a R, a H. Somebody, could have made up with somebody. You know what I mean? So, like, somebody, could have went back to somebody. Maybe, they're hiding the fact that they went back to somebody, Somebody could be a single father out here. Or something about, or, like a single parent in general. Not necessarily, like a single father. But I see a man on this card. So, yeah, somebody could be a single father or a single parent. The checking your temperature came out. So somebody, could be, trying to check somebody's temperature. Somebody, could be trying to test somebody. There could be a kid that could be being tested, This could be a DNA test. This could be, like for some type of disease. There could be, there could be a masculine energy, that could be being tested, for, like some type of disease. Or they could be, it could be, a DNA test that they're being tested for. I don't know. There could be, like a lot of, like whispering and talking about, somebody, as far as, like how somebody looks. So somebody, could be looking good out here. I feel like somebody just needs to be aware, because I feel like temptation, could be trying to come towards somebody. Yeah. Somebody's being watched really, really, really closely out here. Or somebody's, ancestors, are watching somebody or some people really, really closely. There could be, like two women. So say there's two women, that have a child, by a masculine energy. There could be two women, that could team up against a masculine energy. There could be two women of the same sex, that could possibly, want to have a kid. And so maybe, they're looking at, a masculine energy like they would be, like a good choice. That's also what I'm picking up for somebody. There could be, like some people, that could want to, like test somebody's loyalty. So say somebody, has a girlfriend or a boyfriend, there could be, like some women or some men, that could be trying to see, if, like, the person is faithful, will they cheat? Why are they whispering? Something about, two friends. So there could be two friends involved. I don't know if there's two friends, that, are scheming and plotting on, like a masculine energy. But we got shocked. So somebody definitely, could be about to be shocked by something. But every time this card comes out, because of this color green, it makes me feel like that somebody is sick. So somebody, could be sick out here. So going back, to, like it could be a child, or it could be a masculine energy, or somebody, like made up a whole story. But with this, this checking your temperature, with it being a thermometer, and this shocked, always giving me, like sickness. I mean, somebody, could be sick. Maybe it's a mental illness. But because, this made up card came out, it lets me know that there is some type of story that has been made up. For sure. Something, could make somebody sick to their stomach. I don't know. Maybe somebody, could find out, like they're pregnant. So maybe somebody, they just had a kid, and then, they turn around and, like find out that they're pregnant again. That's for somebody, not everybody. But we got the big blessing. So somebody, could be shocked or about to be shocked about, like a big blessing out here. this big blessing is being escorted in. Something about, yes, some escorts. Somebody, you know, could have an escort service, or, you know, like somebody deals with, you know, like escorts. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with an S or a C. What's made up? Going back to, you know, like somebody, you know, receiving some type of confirmation. The confirmation, you know, that somebody could receive, you know, like could shock them, you know what I mean? But it could shock somebody because, you know, maybe, you know, like, yeah, going back to, you know, their intuition, you know, was telling them something, you know, but, you know, they just wasn't, you know, like sure, you know, that what their intuition was saying was true. So yeah, like somebody, you know, could find out, you know, that, yeah, like what, you know, they were hearing, what they were seeing, you know, what their intuition was telling them is true. So that's why somebody, you know, could be shocked out here. But we got a kite. So yeah, some information, some communication. Something is being released out here. So this could be some information, or a story, you know, could be being released. So this is like, you know, like people seeing, you know, like a story on, you know, like social media. But, you know, like, yeah, like it's made up. You know, like somebody, you know, like, yeah, like totally made it up. I don't know if, you know, people are trying to clickbait, you know. So this is like, you know, people, you know, titling, you know, a story, you know, to, yeah, like bait people in, you know what I mean? And then, you know, when they click on it, you know, it's not the real deal. You know, it's not, you know, basically it doesn't match, you know, like the title. So something about, you know, yeah, like somebody not matching, you know, something. This could be, you know, like, yeah, words aren't matching with the actions, or, you know, like, yeah, whatever somebody's saying is not matching with, you know, what's going on. But this kite, you know, somebody, you know, could be locked up. Somebody, you know, could be about to get locked up. Then we got the small blessing. So big blessing, small blessing. Somebody, you know, could have, yeah, like fumbled multiple blessings out here. But I feel like, yeah, like somebody, you know, is about to be shocked. For real, for real. Maybe somebody, you know, has been, you know, like blessings to people. And so, you know, maybe, you know, they're about to, you know, like show somebody, you know, like some type of appreciation out here. But something about some boats. So somebody, you know, could, you know, like have a lot of boats, or, you know, like somebody, you know, they like boats. But I'm hearing, I don't know if y'all have heard it before. And I mean, I can't, you know, quote it word for word. Yeah, somebody can't quote something word for word, or can't quote somebody word for word. But I can't quote it word for word. But you know how, like, somebody asks God for help. I don't know, it's not a meme. I don't, you know, but anyway, somebody asks God for help. So then God, you know, sends, you know, like a big ass boat, you know what I mean? And say, yeah, like somebody, you know, they're out at sea, you know, and they're like, God, please save me, you know, and God sends a big ass boat, you know, by the person. And you know, people are like, get on, come on, we're here to help you, get on. And the person is like, no, go ahead, I'm waiting on God. And so the people are like, okay. And so, you know, they go on about their, you know, day. And so then here comes another boat. And, you know, the people are like, get on, we're here to help you, you know. And then, you know, like somebody's like, no, I'm waiting on God, you know. And yeah, like, they're like, okay, you know. And so they go on about their way. You know, and so, yeah, like, there's no more boats, you know, that comes, you know, and somebody's like, well, God, if you were God, why didn't you save me? And so God is like, you idiot, I sent you 2 boats. You chose not to get on. So what do you mean? So I don't know. Something about, yeah, like somebody, you know, like not realizing, you know, that, yeah, like God was trying to, you know, help them the whole time, or trying to save them the whole time. Why is it checking your temperature here? Or maybe that's what somebody's going to be shocked about, you know? Because every time, you know, like somebody's intuition, you know, was talking to them, you know, like somebody, you know, really didn't know, you know, if it was, you know, real or not, you know, but it's like, you know, somebody, you know, is somewhere, you know, and then their intuition is like, yeah, you probably need to go ahead and leave, you know, and somebody, you know, they didn't really know why, you know, their intuition was telling them to leave, but, you know, they didn't, you know, disobey it, you know, so yeah, they went ahead and left. And then, yeah, as soon as somebody leaves, you know, they go and look on the news or look on social media in the same, you know, building, you know, that they, you know, just left out of, you know, like something, you know, could have happened. A big fight could have broke out, or, you know, like, the whole building, you know, could have, you know, set on fire or something like that. So, but we got, these hoes ain't loyal. No, they ain't. So, there's some hoes that ain't loyal, or somebody ain't loyal out here. So, I don't know. Yeah, somebody's trying to test somebody's loyalty. I don't know. It might prove that somebody ain't loyal. Or, yeah, like somebody made a whole story up about somebody not being loyal. I mean, but in the upright, it's loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Somebody's Chinese zodiac sign could be of a dog. Somebody's dog could be sick. Or something about, yeah, maybe somebody's dog, you know, could be having puppies. Somebody, you know, could be a breeder out here. Just give me one. And two. Yeah, somebody's all capped out here. And there definitely could be a big fight or a big argument, you know, that could take place. Give me another one. Just one, please. Thank you. Boo. Get off the stage. Nobody's entertained. Somebody, you know, could be an entertainer out here. Or, yeah, nobody's entertained, you know, by, you know, the story, you know, that somebody is telling. Nobody is entertained, you know, by, you know, what, yeah, like somebody or some people, you know, are saying. There could be somebody, you know, that could have, yeah, made up with somebody, went back somewhere, you know, and, yeah, like, they're not entertained, you know, same shit, different day, you know. But, yeah, I feel like, yeah, somebody's being booed off the stage, you know, or, yeah, like somebody, yeah, it's like the end, you know. This could be an end of an era for somebody, you know. This could be, you know, like somebody, you know, could be trying to end somebody's career, or maybe that's what somebody's trying, you know. Yeah, so they made up a whole story to try to end somebody's career out here. Yeah, I just heard test the spirit. So yeah, the gift of discernment. So the gift of discernment definitely, yeah, could be, you know, like very important at this time. Maybe somebody, you know, could be shocked, you know, that they, you know, are, you know, that the gift of discernment, you know, is really discerning the shit out of some people. I don't know. Somebody, you know, could like receive, you know, like, yeah, like some spiritual gifts, you know, or, you know, like somebody's spiritual gifts could be, you know, like heightened, or, you know, like somebody, you know, could figure out, you know, that they have spiritual gifts that they never thought that they had. So, you know, like people, you know, like whispering and gossiping, you know, and yeah, like somebody's in a whole different, you know, whole different home, a whole different, you know, state, a whole different city. And yeah, like somebody, you know, could, yeah, like hear conversations, you know, and yeah, like somebody's not, you know, around those people. What is going on? Yeah, at the bottom of the deck, we got the 10 of Pentacles with the 9 of Cups. Somebody's on their way to, yeah, wish fulfillment out here. It's the countdown. Somebody could be a Libra or a Scorpio. Somebody could be, yeah, Virgo or a Libra. Heavy Libra out here. Yeah, the number 99 could be significant. Somebody could be born in 1999. We looked into the number 99 before, I think. Yeah, I have been seeing a lot of nines. I really saw 9999 a lot yesterday. Yeah, so something about, yeah, something ending. Somebody, you know, could, yeah, like reveal, you know, like that they're pregnant out here. But yeah, the hermit, you know, the hermit is like, you know, like a ghost. So there could be somebody, you know, that ghosted somebody, you know, that, yeah, could want to, you know, like come back around, or somebody ghosted somebody for somebody else. Somebody, you know, could, yeah, like see a ghost. But something about, yeah, cold and hot, you know. So yeah, you gotta choose, you gotta pick a side, you know. Cold or hot, ain't no lukewarm. Somebody, you know, could be having some type of complications. Somebody could be Jewish. Mm. Why is this shocked here? The star. Aquarius energy. So there's an Aquarius involved. Somebody, you know, could be a healer out here. Somebody, you know, could be well known. Somebody could be a doctor. They could be a therapist. You know, they could do, you know, whatever they do, you know. I feel like, yeah, it's for the people, you know. Somebody, you know, could like serve their country, you know. Somebody, you know, could volunteer. Whatever, you know, like somebody does, yeah. It's serving, you know what I mean? Serving humanity is what I just heard. But somebody, you know, could be healing out here. So somebody, you know, could, you know, be, you know, like working on, you know, like themselves, you know, going within, you know, to figure out who they are. But somebody, yeah, somebody's pouring into them. But also, yeah, pouring into other people. So maybe somebody's going to be shocked, you know, to, yeah, receive, you know, some stuff, you know, because, yeah, like whatever you put out, you know, into the universe, yeah, you get it back. Something could happen on the 17th of the month. We got 10 of Swords. So, yeah, ultimate sabotage. But I don't like this 10 of Swords because, I mean, somebody is, yeah, they down and they ain't going to get up. October the 17th could be significant. But yeah, a new beginning. Because this 10 of Swords is the number 10. So yeah, a new beginning. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be well known out here. Somebody, you know, could be shocked, you know, to find out, you know, like how well known they are. So maybe, you know, like somebody, you know, they like in the background, you know, whatever they do, you know. And maybe, you know, yeah, the streets could be talking about somebody. And so somebody, you know, could be shocked to find out, you know, again, that people know their name, you know, that they're, you know, like well known to people. Yeah, you definitely, yeah, could be seeing 999 a lot. This Nine of Swords, yeah. Somebody, you know, could be having stabbing headaches as well. Somebody, you know, could be healing, you know, from, you know, like some type of headaches. So maybe somebody has migraines. It definitely, yeah, could be from the heat. You know what I mean? But this could also be, too, yeah, like somebody can't handle the heat, so they want out of the kitchen. But, yeah, they made some shit up, or, you know, whatever they did, they did. And there is a lot of drama that could be going on. So, yeah, a lot of fighting. I feel like like there's definitely, because I mean, it's the summertime and it's really, really hot outside in a lot of places. And I feel like it's a lot of drama, you know what I mean? A lot of stuff, you know, is going to, start popping off. So that could be what somebody, you know, could be, you know, shocked about, you know, just seeing stuff pop off. But there is a feminine energy out here that's in the Nine of Swords energy. Something about, mental health. So there could be a lot of people, you know, they could deal with mental health issues, you know, that, their behaviors, you know, could start to change, you know. But like in a negative way, or somebody's behavior, you know, is changing in a negative way out here. But let's look into the number 9 real quick. The angel number 9 is the number of completion and endings and symbolizes the principles of leadership, humanitarianism, and service to others. When the angel number 9 appears repeatedly, it is a message that your life purpose and soul mission involves the giving of service through your natural skills, talents, interests, and passions. Repeating 9 indicates that it's time to end a phase or relationship in your life which is no longer serving you in a positive way. Do not fear lack and or loss, as new will enter your life to replace it. You have lots of work to do in the future, so prepare yourself today. Excuse me, y'all. So it could be time, for somebody, like to end a relationship in their life, or it's the end of a phase, it's the end of an era, it's the end. So somebody being told, to prepare themselves today. The repeating 99 number sequence is a message encouraging you to follow your heart's desires and or passion while assisting, aiding, and being of service to others. Set an example for others as to how to live a positive and successful life on all levels. Be a torch bearer and a light worker. It is your spiritual and humanitarian duty, and you are asked to live up to your potential for the benefit of yourself and others. So somebody's a torch bearer. Somebody's a light worker out here. If somebody didn't know, now you know, baby. The repeating number 999 is indicating that the world needs you to utilize your talents and serve your divine life purpose at this time. Fully embark on your sacred mission without hesitation or delay. Now is the time for you to realize your true light and life purpose and put them into practice in your life. Angel number 999 asks you to live your life in a positive and uplifting manner in order to teach others by example. You are a light worker and a torch bearer for others, and the angels ask you to live up your full potential for the benefit of all. The recurring sequence of 9999 is a message to light workers to keep their light shining bright. So yeah, there goes a star. Shine bright like a diamond. So maybe somebody, could be shocked to find out, how bright their light shines, It's something about, like somebody's light shining, but like the energy, from somebody's light shining, the energy from, like somebody's spirit, could be, like touching people, and somebody, could be shocked to find that out. I don't know, somebody, try to harm somebody, because this 10 of swords is at the bottom of the deck again. It's a lot of swords. So a lot of mental. Something about, somebody's mental. I don't know, if somebody, is having, like thoughts of, like harming, themselves or harming someone. September the 17th could be significant. September the 5th could be significant. May the 17th could be significant, or May the 9th could be significant. Somebody could be born in 1995. Somebody could be 59 years old. Why is the star here? Somebody's chakras are definitely, in alignment. We got awakening. So somebody, could be going through an awakening out here. Or I don't know, but it came out in the reverse. So I don't know if somebody, is trying to refuse, like to awaken. Or there's just a lot of awakened people, more, more unawakened people than there are awakened. I don't know. People, could be wanting to cause some type of drama, So somebody, could be, like assisting people, like in awakening, like opening their eyes, And there could be people, that, want drama, because of it. But there could be somebody, that could be awakening to some stuff out here. Or it could be, like multiple people could be awakening to some stuff, just in their lives in general. Somebody could be 47 years old, or somebody could be born in 1974. We got karma. So there could be some people, that could be awakening to, like what karma is. I don't know if there's somebody trying to test karma, but how you test karma, something, yeah. I feel like whatever's going on in some people's lives, yeah, it's like a part of their karma. So whatever choices that they made, yeah, it's a part of their karma. We got emotional pain out here. So somebody, you know, could be, yeah, dealing with some type of emotional pain. Somebody, you know, could be having headaches, you know. They could be, yeah, dealing with emotional pain, you know. But headaches, you know, is physical pain. So physical pain, emotional pain. There could be somebody, you know, they could be, you know, like awakening to some type of emotional pain, you know, that they could have caused somebody. Why is this Five of Wands here? We got abundance. So yeah, that's something like the Ten of Pentacles. Somebody could be 26 years old or born in 1962. There could be some arguing and fighting that could be going on, and it could have something to do, you know, with like some type of abundance. I don't know. Somebody, you know, could be trying to, you know, like remove, you know, like somebody, you know, like from their throne. But yeah, like you can't remove a light worker. You can't remove a torch bearer, you know, from their throne. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be being passed the torch, you know. So going back to, you know, like, yeah, like somebody needs to, what did it say about today? Hold on, y'all. It says, you have lots of work to do in the future, so prepare yourself today. So, yeah, somebody's being told to prepare themselves today for the future. Maybe there are people, you know, that, yeah, like, you know, they were living, you know, like in the past, you know, and, you know, instead of living, you know, like in the moment, you know, trying to prepare for their future. Now some people, you know, want to, you know, like, argue and fight over, you know, like something that, you know, possibly, yeah, doesn't belong to them. But something about, yeah, like somebody's hard work, the work that somebody puts in. So, yeah, whatever you put in, you know, yeah, that's what you get out. So if you go to work every day, then, of course, yeah, you're going to, you know, receive, you know, a paycheck at the end of the week or, you know, at the end of the 2 weeks. But we got courthouse. So something about the courthouse is significant. We got real love. Somebody, you know, could be awakening, you know, to what real love is. There could be somebody, you know, that, yeah, could be awakening, you know, to the fact that, you know, like somebody, you know, is their real love, you know, their divine counterpart. But somebody definitely, yeah, could have made up with somebody else. And they could have, you know, like threw their real love, you know, to the side. But somebody, you know, could be awakening to the fact that, yeah, like they cause a lot of emotional, physical, you know, pain to somebody. But yeah, we got thief. So be aware, because there is a thief in the mist. The official person. So somebody, you know, could be being looked at as the official person, or somebody, you know, could, yeah, be awakening to the fact, you know, that somebody, you know, like is an official person, you know, but the official person, you know, could be, yeah, like somebody's, you know, divine counterpart, if that makes any sense. Yeah, somebody works really, really, really hard out here with this toil and labor. But for those of you, you know, that know, you know that this toil and labor card always gives me, you know, black magic and spells. So somebody, you know, could have done some type of spell work, you know. Somebody, you know, could be awakening, you know, like to some type of spell work, you know, that could have been being done on them. But yeah, somebody could be 38 years old or born in 1983. But this is, yeah, 38. So somebody, you know, could be mad. 38 hot. I feel like, yeah, like there's somebody that's bad. They're angry. They're furious because somebody, you know, is helping people to awaken out here. Yeah, we got a false person. So be aware of a false person out here. I don't know, you know, because it's like a man, you know, like watching whoever this is. So maybe, yeah, somebody, could have been looking at somebody sideways, and it's because, of some information, or it's because, yeah, maybe they just didn't know, maybe they, I feel like somebody, was, yeah, like too much for somebody. But somebody, was, yeah, like too much in a good way. But whoever, this is, yeah, somebody was too much. I don't know. Something is too much, especially with this Nine of Swords. I don't know. It could be time, yeah, to, like end a relationship or end some type of phase or some type of era or something like that. We got a mature man. So there's a mature man involved. There could be somebody, that, yeah, all they think about is whoever this mature man is. This could be somebody, that could have passed away. Yep. This person is crying. And I definitely do feel like that, yeah, like somebody's spiritual team, they don't like, to see, yeah, like somebody cry out here. But those tears definitely, yeah, could be, like filling somebody's cup, So, yeah, like the tears, that somebody has shed, yeah, like it wasn't in vain. The hard work, it wasn't in vain. Everything that somebody has went through, it wasn't in vain. So, yeah, every time somebody cried, like somebody's angels, they had that cup, you know what I mean? Catching all those tears, and, yeah, soon, yeah, like the cup, runneth over, So, yeah, but I feel like that, like somebody's spiritual team could be transforming those tears into, yeah, like an abundance. Or, yeah, like somebody's turning, like their pain into profit out here. Somebody, could be a prophet. So that could be why people, could be, whispering and gossiping about, like somebody. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. Yeah, and there it goes, official person. Yeah. Somebody could be a master number 22. But this is ascended master energy. May the 22nd could be significant. Somebody could be 55 years old, or the number 55 could be significant. Somebody could be born in 1995. Somebody could be 59 years old. Yeah, there's a lot of ascended masters. Ascended master energy out here. We got stealing your ideas, pretending they invented them. So there could be somebody, that, yeah, could be stealing somebody's ideas, pretending that they invented them. So, I feel like, yeah, like somebody, needs to keep their business to themselves. But I feel like that, yeah, whatever, whatever ideas that people, are, yeah, like stealing from somebody, going back to, yeah, word for word. Yeah, they can't say it word for word. So this is just using this as an example, somebody has a social media platform. Whatever somebody does, yeah, like they're trying to copy somebody, but yeah, like it's not word for word. So yeah, people know, what I mean, that it's made up, or people know, that, yeah, like it's not the real deal. Yeah, there's somebody or some people that are hating on somebody's creativeness and ideas out here. Somebody, could be awakening, to these hating ass people. There definitely are dark entities that are using people to work against somebody. So there are dark entities that are using people, like to steal ideas from somebody, there are dark entities, that are using people to act like that they love somebody, but they really don't, So there's a lot of ascended masters out here. So yeah, somebody could be, like a high ranking, have a high spiritual ranking out here. I don't know. Somebody, you know, could be trying to cause somebody to, you know, like lose their appetite. But I really feel like like somebody, you know, could be going through, you know, like awakening, or, you know, like they could, you know, like be going through an ascension. You know, so different things happen to different people, you know, depending, you know, on, you know, like what level they're on, you know, yada yada and blase blase. So yeah, somebody, you know, could just be losing their appetite because, you know, of their awakening, you know what I mean? Or yeah, because of their ascension. You know, we do get ascension symptoms, you know, awakening symptoms as well. But somebody, somebody sending somebody the evil eye to cause somebody to lose their appetite. So yeah, somebody definitely needs to know that whoever this is, their karma will be witnessed. Yeah, be aware of trickster spirits. So whoever the dark entities, you know, they could be using multiple people, you know, to like work against somebody. Yeah, they're using people to work against somebody, and they're also turning others against somebody. But all the while, these people's karma will be witnessed. Somebody definitely is secretly keeping tabs on somebody's every move out here. Yeah, there definitely could be some closest friends, you know, that could be holding some type of grudges against somebody as well. Yep. And whoever these people are, they're recruiting haters. So how many people, you know, is willing to, you know, like receive karma, you know? But oh well, secretly keeping tabs on somebody. Yep, somebody definitely is doing black magic or juju on somebody. Because one of the reasons why is because they're envious of somebody's career and the money that somebody makes. So if this is somebody, you know, that's secretly keeping tabs on somebody, this could be somebody, you know, that watches somebody on social media, or this is somebody that remote views somebody, you know, this is somebody, you know, that you know, they can go get, you know, like readings, you know, to find out, you know, somebody's every move. But I feel like somebody, you know, is like 10 steps ahead of these people. So somebody, you know, can know, you know what I mean, what's going on. But it's finished. It's over. It's done. So these people's karma will be witnessed. But somebody's family was behind this, and it possibly, you know, could have something to do, you know, with this abundance. So somebody, you know, could be very disappointed out here in their family. They could be very disappointed because, they could be being looked at as guilty by association. So they could be about to learn a lesson, you know. Their family, you know, is about to learn a lesson. We got an X's X, so there could be an X's X that could be involved. But some type of bad advice leads to, destruction. But I feel like destruction, of multiple people. So there's an unexpected turn that's about to take place. The blind has been leading the blind. So that's why the awakening card came out in the reverse. So people, you know, somebody wanted to be saved, you know, so God sent the boats, you know, and so people was like, no, don't get on the boat. So evidently these people, you know, they needed to be saved too, you know. They was all out there in the middle of the ocean, you know, together, hollering about, no, don't get on that boat. We waiting for God. Okay. Blind leading the blind. Now somebody is all up in their head, you know, getting booed off the stage. Yep, somebody or some people definitely are being looked at as a joke. So somebody is being told to fasten their seatbelt because it's about to become a bumpy ride. And somebody definitely needs to know that God got you. I don't know if some people are about to be shocked, you know. to find out how God really has somebody. But yeah, somebody's about to find out that something is not for somebody. For somebody, yeah, it's to make up with somebody. But yeah, somebody, could have listened to, like their family, and their family was like, yeah, they're not for you, and they could have made up a whole story, about why somebody wasn't for them. So somebody, could be finding out what's going on, and that's why they're very disappointed, or they're about to, and they're going to be very disappointed. But yeah, somebody, could, they could have already realized that they listened to the wrong people, or yeah, they're going to realize that they listened to the wrong people. Whoever this is, yeah, that Nine of Swords energy, mind trap. Worried, having anxiety, scared, scared that they're going to lose, yeah, but they've already been defeated. So whatever's about to take place, I feel like that somebody, is being told, like to ask questions, like before they make some type of decision out here. Yeah, because somebody could be trying to come in to offer some type of resources and stability out here. It could be a friend, acquaintance, or a co-worker, or there's a friend, acquaintance, or a co-worker involved. Somebody could be trying to act like that they're somebody's friend, Yeah, we got a masculine energy, so there's a masculine energy involved. We got a Virgo. So you can be a Virgo or have Virgo in your chart, or there's a Virgo involved. Yeah, somebody has some type of agenda to try to come in and offer some type of resources and stability. Or yeah, like there's a friend, that could be trying to, like make up with somebody. We got a feminine energy. There could be multiple people that could be trying to come in, to, yeah, offer some type of resources and stability. So I feel like somebody just needs to be aware. This is like, dark entities using people, so somebody, is an entertainer. Somebody, yeah, they're a comedian. Just using this as an example. So, yeah, like the dark entities that are using the people, yeah, to bring forth some type of fake offer, and, yeah, like once somebody, gets, lured, or takes the bait, then, yeah, like it's done. So, yeah, something about not taking the bait. We got a false flame at the bottom of the deck. So, yeah, there could be a false flame involved. Yeah, don't take the bait. We got long term. So I don't know, somebody, yeah, like a part of their agenda, is, to make somebody think, that something, is long term, but it's really not. But yeah, whatever this resources is, that could be coming somebody's way. Because going back to, yeah, I kept seeing the Ten of Pentacles card. I feel like it's going to last a lifetime. Or, yeah, like it's, it could be, yeah, like inheritance. It's something, that, yeah, it's going to last. We got a Leo, so there definitely is a Leo involved. There's a Libra involved. We got new connection. So somebody, could be, like getting into some type of new connection. There could be, like two people, like a masculine and feminine energy, they could be coming together, to create some type of wealth, or there could be two divine counterparts coming together. Like to carry the torch, or yeah, like somebody's, spiritual team, is divinely guiding, so yeah, somebody, realizes that, like, something is not for them. So yeah, once, like somebody realizes that something is not for them, then, they allow their spiritual team, to, yeah, like guide them to what's for them. Somebody's Chinese zodiac sign could be of a dog. Somebody's Chinese zodiac sign could be of an ox. Somebody could be born in 1985. Somebody's Chinese zodiac sign could be of a tiger. Yeah, somebody definitely, yeah, has the eye of the tiger, the fire. Yeah, soulmate. So somebody, could come in contact with their soulmate. Somebody, could be shocked, maybe, like somebody, has already envisioned their soulmate. They've already dreamed about who their soulmate is. And somebody, could be shocked because they could receive confirmation that, yeah, that's your soulmate. We got a Cancer, so somebody's Chinese zodiac sign could be of a Cancer. We got short term. Somebody, you know, could have, you know, like cancer, you know, and they could be told that they only have, you know, like a short amount of time to live. We got mirror. So something is being mirrored back to somebody. I don't know, you know, if somebody, you know, done some type of mirror magic, you know, to, you know, like basically try to have somebody's life. But yeah, I've said it multiple times, you know, yeah, but you don't get the good part. You got to get the bad part. Somebody's Chinese zodiac sign could be of a pig. Somebody could be a Taurus. Somebody's Chinese zodiac sign could be of a goat. Somebody's Chinese zodiac sign could be of a rabbit. We got a Sagittarius. So there's a Sagittarius involved. There could also be somebody, you know, who could be trying to come in with some type of advice or some type of guidance. But somebody already, is realizing, you know, that, like they listen to the wrong people. Real love. I'm searching for real love. That could be what somebody was doing, you know. Maybe somebody wasn't, you know, like looking for God, you know, like to help them, to save them, you know, from the middle of the ocean. But yeah, maybe somebody, you know, was like, God, where is my real love? When are you going to send my real love? You know, and somebody, God could have sent, you know, a soulmate to somebody. And, you know, somebody was like, that can't be, you know. And so, they moved on. And so then they was like, God, where is my love? Where is my, you know, and then God sends them another soulmate. And, you know, they're like, And so God is like, well, what the hell do you want me to do? I don't know. Yeah, somebody, you know, could be, having memories. Or somebody, you know, they made up, you know, some stuff from the past. Somebody, you know, could, like have photos. I don't know. Somebody, you know, could, like use somebody's photos to do some type of, you know, black magic and spells, you know, some type of juju. So, yeah. So somebody, you know, could take somebody's photo, you know, and put it in a jug, put it in a jar, whatever they do, you know what I mean, to, do they voodoo. We got turning your back. So somebody, you know, could feel like that somebody, you know, could, is turning their back on them. But I really feel like, you know, that, like somebody, you know, they have awakened, you know. They have awakened to who they are. They've awakened, you know, like to their divine purpose, you know. They've awakened, you know, like to their soul mission. And so, that's what they're going towards. So, but be aware. Because somebody, you know, again, could be trying to check somebody's temperature. But this is somebody, you know, that already been booed off the stage. Nobody's entertained. They possibly, you know, want, you know, somebody, you know, to, keep going, you know, around and around, you know, in the same circle, you know, getting the same, you know, the same results. But somebody, you know, maybe somebody has turned their back on somebody, or somebody's about to, because, they keep wanting to do the same thing, you know, expecting different results. So, somebody, you know, could be learning lessons about doing the same thing over and over and over, and getting the same results. That's insanity. Nine of Swords energy. Yep. Somebody's phony out here. Somebody's a trickster. Somebody likes to create illusions. Somebody definitely, lives in fairy tale land. I don't know. If somebody, you know, could be trying to, get somebody, you know, like to marry them for money. So just be aware. We got fake apology. So be aware of this fake apology. So somebody, you know, somebody, you know, that made up something, you know, and now they want to bring forth some type of fake apology. The fact of the matter is, some stuff has already been illuminated to somebody. So this is like, like somebody, you know, trying to bring forth some type of fake apology, and somebody already knows the truth. Somebody is awakening to the fact that somebody's a phony ass trickster, that likes to create illusions, that live in fairy tale land. Whoever this is, you know, they could have legal matters out here. Or something about, like somebody, you know, like making up a whole story, you know, just to, like get some help or some support from somebody. And so, they're going to get karma, but then, yeah, like somebody is going to discover the truth about whoever this is. We got out this. So be aware. Be aware. But there's also somebody, you know, that that could have you know, like yeah, they listened to the wrong people, you know. Maybe they, you know, should have, you know, brought the ring, you know, or they should have, you know, yeah, like did, you know, what, you know, like their heart, you know, like told them to do. Something about, yeah, head over heart decision. Somebody, you know, could have to make a head over heart decision. But something is done. Something's over. There's a Scorpio involved for sure. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with a J. Somebody possibly, yeah, could be praying for, you know, like mercy and forgiveness out here. Or they're about to be. Yeah, there are some people that definitely, yeah, turn their back on somebody when somebody, you know, could have been struggling, you know, or could have went through some type of hardship. That could have been when somebody, you know, decided, you know, like to, yeah, awaken. There could be people, you know, that, yeah, could be awakening to, you know, like who somebody is. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with an E. We got running scared. So somebody, you know, could be running scared. I feel like whoever this is, you know, that's running scared, I feel like that yeah, like karma, you know, is, yeah, like yeah, what up? Remember, you know, remember me, you know what I mean? Remember all the stuff that you did, you know? Yeah. But somebody, you know, yeah, they could have been running scared, you know, because of, you know, like they, you know, listen to other people. But somebody, you know, could have some type of entity attached to them. So that could be why somebody, you know, could be running scared. They don't know what's going on, you know, within themselves. We got an Aries. So there's an Aries involved. You could be an Aries or have Aries in your chart. Yeah, we got a Leo. Yeah. So whatever somebody said, yeah, they didn't have any credibility. Somebody, you know, could have said that somebody's an alcoholic. No credibility. Or whoever this is, they're an alcoholic, and so yeah, they don't hold no credibility, you know. You drank too much to remember. Yeah, something about somebody making up some shit because they don't remember. It could be because, yeah, like whatever juju they was doing, you know, could be causing some type of mental stuff to take place. But we got an Aquarius. So you could be an Aquarius and have Aquarius in your chart. But yeah, somebody, you know, could have said that somebody don't have no credibility. They don't know what they're talking about. So somebody, you know, could be about to be shocked. Or people are about to be shocked to, yeah, find out that somebody does have credibility. Somebody does know what they're talking about. We got a Virgo. So yeah, heavy Virgo out here. We got a divine feminine. So you could be a divine feminine. Or there's a divine feminine involved. Yeah, a divine feminine, you know, could have went through, you know, like some type of struggle and hardship. And people, you know, could have, you know, like, yeah, watched a divine feminine struggle. Watch a divine feminine go through some type of hardship. You know, people, you know, bring forth fake apologies, you know, because they really don't love somebody. They just want to be in somebody's life because of what somebody can do for them. So, yeah, somebody, you know, could have to make some type of decision out here. Somebody's also being told, you know, like to stay prayed up out here. We got do things in moderation. So somebody, you know, is being told, you know, like to do things in moderation. So there could be somebody or some people, you know, that want, you know, like somebody to overindulge. But I feel like like somebody has already decided, you know, like to do things in moderation, you know, and not necessarily drinking or whatever have you, but, you know, just, yeah, like live a more healthier life. Somebody, you know, could be overthinking. Somebody, you know, could be overthinking a decision, or somebody, you know, could just be, you know, like an overthinker in general. Something about, yeah, overthinking when it comes to like a tarot card reading. Or there could be somebody, you know, that, yeah, they need to watch tarot in moderation. Because I don't know if, you know, like somebody, you know, was, yeah, tarot is causing somebody to overthink out here. But we got change lanes. So somebody, you know, yeah, they could have made a decision to change lanes. Or, you know, yeah, when something, you know, is illuminated to somebody, you know, yeah, somebody's going to decide to change lanes out here. Because, yeah, there's some people that are not aware that, yeah, somebody knows it's them. So somebody, you know, could be trying to change lanes, change their story. But there are people that are not aware that somebody, yeah, knows it's them. So somebody, you know, could have tried to throw somebody underneath the bus. But, yeah, somebody knows, you know, that, yeah, somebody tried, you know, threw them under the bus. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with a D. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with an X. Yeah, there's an X out here. DJ or JD. Somebody's X, definitely, yeah, is out here. X's X could have threw somebody underneath the bus. But yeah, not only is somebody running scared, but yeah, like they're scared shitless. Whoever these people are, yeah, they were against somebody. Only to realize that, yeah, like they listened to the wrong people. EJ. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with a W. Yeah, W, chat. Yeah, somebody's about to get a win out here. Yeah, because there's somebody or some people that should have never tried to mess up somebody's life with a lie when theirs can be destroyed with the truth. So whoever this is, they could have told, yeah, they could have made up a whole story because they didn't want somebody to be supported by other people. Only for somebody, you know, to be about to be supported by other people. Yeah, it's a bitter X. But yeah, the streets are talking, for sure. The streets are talking. Because somebody's out here shining bright like a diamond. But the streets could also be talking because, yeah, they could have realized that, yeah, like whatever story, you know, was told was made up. But yeah, the streets could be talking because, yeah, somebody's mind, body, and spirit are definitely, yeah, in alignment. Somebody, you know, is prioritizing purpose, yeah, over wealth out here. So that's why somebody's about to receive some wealth. The streets are also talking about somebody neglecting, yeah, like their own personal health and well-being. Or that's what somebody made up, you know, a part of their story was to say, you know, somebody was neglecting their personal health and their well-being. But I feel like people could be possibly be, yeah, seeing who's neglecting their personal health and well-being out here. Yep. So somebody definitely needs to know that they are about to be recognized for something great out here. So continue to have the unwavering self-beliefs, you know, that you do, you know what I mean? But somebody, you know, could be about to be recognized, you know, for having, you know, like unwavering self-beliefs. Whoever this is that's neglecting, you know, like their personal health and well-being, they're a flashy label hoe. So yeah, they like materialistic stuff, you know. Somebody, you know, could have chose, you know, like a materialistic, you know, flashy hoe, you know, over somebody, and they could be realizing, you know, that, yeah, like somebody, you know, was, yeah, like their real love. We got a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio. So you could be a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio, or there's a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio that's involved. There could be a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio that could be about to be recognized, or there's a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you know, that could be about to, you know, like recognize somebody. But yeah, somebody definitely, yeah, threw the rock, and now they're trying to hide their hand out here. So yeah, somebody's hand is about to be shown. Yeah, somebody definitely, yeah, was trying to break somebody's confidence out here. For somebody, it has something to do with some pictures, or it has something to do, you know, with some memories from the past. I don't know if somebody, you know, was neglecting their personal health and well-being for a flashy label hole, or, you know, like somebody, you know, could find out that, they were dealing with a gold digger, or they chose a gold digger. But you got to go through it to get to it. So somebody, you know, has went through a lot to get to, you know, where they're at and where they're about to be. But just be aware, because there's somebody, you know, that, they threw the rock and now they're trying to hide their hand, you know. So somebody, you know, they're trying to hide their hand because, they could be, you know, like destined to reunite with somebody. But this is somebody that already created some type of illusions, you know. This is somebody that's phony, you know. They're a trickster. I don't know. Somebody, you know, could be sick out here, because we got agony, mind and body. So somebody, you know, could be, their mind and body could be in agony, while somebody else's mind and spirit are in alignment. So be aware, because, this is somebody, you know, that, they want to knock somebody off of alignment, you know. So somebody, you know, could be about to be recognized for something great, you know, like in the next 7 to 10 days. In the next 7 to 10 days, I don't know. There could be somebody, you know, that could be destined, you know, like to reunite with somebody. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with a P. But somebody's too far ahead to look back. So whoever this is, they're from somebody's past. So somebody, you know, could realize, you know, that like I've come too far, you know, to somebody's come too far by faith. In the next 7 to 10 days, there could be somebody, you know, that could be, like upsetting, you know, like upsetting everybody. Or, you know, like whoever, you know, the mind, body, and spirit are in alignment, you know, the one that's shining bright like a diamond. They're upsetting people. They're upsetting people. Wow. But there is, you know, somebody that, is upsetting everyone. I don't know if they keep making up stuff. I don't know what they're doing. But in the next 7 to 10 days, somebody definitely, needs to, you know, like keep their personal life private. I don't know if that's what's upsetting everyone, because somebody, you know, is choosing to keep, you know, like their personal life private. But I really feel like, you know, like somebody, you know, they know why, you know, they're keeping their personal life private. But somebody, you know, could find out, you know, like somebody, you know, could have told somebody, I like to keep my personal life private because of this, you know, and then somebody finds out that it's really not for that, you know what I mean, or this, it's for that, you know. So, going back to, like somebody, you know, creating illusions. But we got broke as a joke. So somebody, you know, could be broke as a joke. Somebody that could be destined to reunite with somebody, you know, could be broke as a joke. Somebody, you know, could have tried to hack into somebody's bank account, or somebody, you know, they hacked into somebody's bank account. So be aware, because, somebody, you know, could be trying to act innocent. They're trying to, you know, like deny their involvement. In the next 7 to 10 days, somebody could try to act like that they didn't have nothing to do with it. But it's a petty Betty, or there's a petty Betty, you know, they got beat at their own game, and so now they want to get some get back. So just be aware. Whoever this is, they could be taking financial losses left and right. Or there could be multiple people, you know, that could be taking financial losses left and right, because they thought that they wouldn't get caught. And it's something about, taking credit for other people's work, or, you know, stealing somebody's ideas or creativity. But there is a big energy shift that's about to take place. Somebody's first, middle, last name definitely, could start with an H, or an E, or an I, or a U. Somebody could be from the UK. Something about, somebody, you know, like getting a piece of the pie. There's a big energy shift, you know, that definitely, could be taking place. So, whatever, you know, juju, voodoo, or whatever they do, you know, that they're doing, it's being blocked out. Somebody definitely is being protected from, negative energy out here. So, that's why somebody's going to be shocked. So somebody's going to be shocked, you know, because, like what they were feeling, or what they were seeing, or what they were hearing, it's real. And so somebody's about to receive some confirmation their way, as far as, you know, what they were, you know, what was illuminated to them, or, you know, what their intuition was telling them. But somebody definitely, could have received some type of spiritual warning out here. So whoever this is, you know, that could have been doing whatever they were doing, they received spiritual warning. somebody definitely, yeah, never truly opened up to somebody. Somebody, you know, yeah, they could be realizing, you know, that they were sleeping with the devil. So somebody, you know, could, yeah, like, basically confirm that they were trying to break somebody's confidence, you know. But we got sleeping with the devil. So somebody, you know, yeah, they were warned, you know, about sleeping with the devil. They were, yeah, people are warned all the time. It's a saying from, yeah, way before I was born, you know, if you lay down with a dog, yeah, you get fleas. So be aware, because somebody, you know, that possibly, yeah, could have been sleeping with the devil, could be destined to reunite with somebody, or, yeah, somebody's sleeping with the devil as we speak, and, yeah, still destined to reunite with somebody. But we got a water sign, yeah, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So there could be a water sign, you know, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you know. You know, that could be upsetting everyone, or, you know, in the next 7 to 10 days, you know, something, you know, could take place. When it comes to a water sign, there could be a water sign, you know, that never truly opened up to somebody. But somebody, you know, could be avoiding some type of, or somebody, you know, could be trying to avoid something, you know, but yeah, like them avoiding it, you know, could, yeah, lead to a bigger mess. This could be too, somebody avoiding somebody, you know, yeah, they could lead to like it could lead to a bigger mess. We got this. So something about, yeah, a setup going wrong. So somebody, you know, got beat at their own game. Now they want to try to get back. So if somebody, you know, tries to set somebody up, it ain't going to go right for somebody. Yeah, because somebody not only is the negative energy being blocked out, you know, somebody's being protected from the negative energy. They're also being protected, yeah, from bad luck and, yeah, bad karma. But somebody definitely, yeah, have been playing love games out here. So in the next 7 to 10 days, you know, like somebody, you know, could be, you know, like trying to play some type of love games. I feel like that, yeah, like whoever this is, you know, like, yeah, karma. Whoever this is, maybe they think that, you know, like they're being, you know, like protected, but they're really not. Or this is somebody, you know, that, yeah, like they know, you know, that somebody's protected. So that could be why somebody could be destined to reunite with somebody. But somebody, yeah, needs to, you know, like, remember to honor themselves because they deserve it. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be driving past somebody's home. But yeah, we got faith without works is dead. So yeah, somebody's come too far by faith. Yeah, like somebody, you know, has had faith and they put in a lot of work, you know, to, yeah, get where they are, you know, to get where they're going. So there is somebody or some people that, yeah, they about to find out that they cut the wrong corner. So somebody definitely, yeah, needs to protect themselves and their wealth. And yeah, whoever this is, you know, they could be trying to blame somebody, you know, yeah, throw the rock and now they're trying to hide their hand. Yeah, you are not the blame. Their lies are. So there is a plan that is in the works out here. Or somebody, you know, could have some type of plan in the works. Somebody wants to get back, so be aware. But somebody's spiritual team also has a plan in the works. Somebody's being catfished out here. I don't know, you know, if somebody, you know, has, yeah, like, you know, like, try to catfish somebody or whatever have you. But yeah, like, I don't know. Somebody, you know, like, so some type of setup has gone wrong, or, you know, whatever have you. So there could, somebody, you know, could have some type of new plan in motion. Or somebody, you know, yeah, they have a new plan in motion. Maybe somebody, you know, could have blocked them out when it comes, you know, like to communicating. Somebody, you know, is trying to figure out how to communicate. So I don't know. Somebody that possibly, yeah, could, you know, like try to pop up at somebody's home. But yeah, somebody's about to receive some public recognition out here. Or yeah, there's somebody, you know, that's blocked out. So somebody who's trying to get some get back on somebody, yeah, they possibly, you know, could be about to try to do something on social media. But somebody definitely, yeah, is about to receive some type of public recognition. Well, we got deuces. So somebody, you know, could, yeah, be chunking up the deuces out here. Somebody, you know, has a plan in the works to, you know, like get rid of somebody. But yeah, it's okay not to give a damn. So somebody just needs to know that, yeah, it's okay not to give a damn. So whatever's going on with some people, yeah, it's a part of their karma. Somebody, you know, could, yeah, be could get locked up. I don't know if somebody, you know, yeah, the plan that they have in motion is to try to get somebody locked up. But yeah, I feel like somebody is definitely going to get locked up out here. Because, yeah, somebody's jealous of somebody for one. Somebody, you know, could be moving, you know, like from a small town to a big city out here. But just be aware because, yeah, there is somebody that just wants to use somebody. So this could be the person, you know, that you know, somebody is being told to cut off because, yeah, it's a big distraction out here. But somebody definitely, yeah, could receive a phone call. Somebody could receive a message. Or somebody, you know, it could be an invitation. So just be aware. But, yeah, expect a call. But I'm also picking up too that, yeah, like somebody, you know, could have had multiple plans, you know, that they try to, you know, put in motion, and yeah, like they all failed. That's why somebody is, you know, running scared shitless. So somebody possibly, yeah, could be, you know, like moving out of fear. But just be aware because, yeah, there's people, you know, that, yeah, they just want to, you know, like use somebody. We got lawsuit, you know, so somebody, you know, possibly, you know, could benefit in looking into some type of lawsuit. But yeah, it's takeover season. So somebody, you know, is about to take over something out here. So yeah, somebody, you know, needs to, you know, like when it comes to making a decision, somebody needs to, you know, make sure they think it over. But yeah, there's a good opportunity, you know, that's coming somebody's way. Wow. Somebody definitely, yeah, is watching somebody in secret for sure. There's also somebody, you know, that, yeah, they could be being vindicated out here. Yeah. And there definitely, yeah, are multiple people that, yeah, could be bent out of shape, you know, about, you know, this good opportunity that's coming somebody's way. There's a Capricorn, Aquarius, Cusper that's involved. Yeah, they didn't. Whoever these people are, they definitely didn't want somebody to be supported. So there is somebody or some people, you know, that, yeah, they want to tell somebody the truth, but they're scared that, you know, like somebody won't forgive them. But what's done can't be undone. Somebody, you know, yeah, they're choosing to relive the same old story. Yeah, denying the truth. So there is somebody or some people that definitely, yeah, pointed the finger in the wrong direction out here. Yeah. Somebody definitely, yeah, could have gotten paid to play the game. So just be aware because they're definitely, yeah, it's somebody, you know, that wants to catch up. Or somebody wants to catch somebody, you know, like in the act so they can have a one-up on them. But yeah, what's done is undone. I mean, what's done can't be undone. Yeah, because somebody's lives are being uncovered. So be aware because somebody, you know, could possibly, yeah, try to, you know, like pressure somebody to make a decision out here. Somebody definitely, yeah, could get locked up, jail, no bail. Because some incriminating evidence could have been found. And so, yeah, people could be in a panic. But yeah, they're also, yeah, receiving karma. So there could be some unexpected news, you know, that could take place. Or something, you know, could be on the news, you know. Somebody, you know, could receive, you know, like an unexpected text message or email. But somebody definitely needs to know that, yeah, there's a guardian angel that definitely, yeah, is beside somebody, for sure. There definitely, yeah, some people, you know, that possibly are going to try to reach out to somebody, you know, because they want somebody to feel bad for them. But it's okay not to give a damn. So whatever is taking place is because, you know, the Most High God says, yeah, it's time, you know what I mean? So this is like, yeah, like people, you know, like doing stupid stuff, you know, because they're broke, you know. And so, yeah, the Most High God, you know, sends a ship, you know, with $10,000 on it, you know. They don't know the ship has $10,000 on it, but yeah, they, you know, they steadily waiting on God. But there's also somebody, you know, that, yeah, they could have been waiting on God, and the whole time, you know, yeah, they already knew. So that's what I really feel like, you know. Somebody, you know, was waiting on God, you know, and God has done showed somebody multiple signs. Or some people, you know. So I feel like, you know, whoever this message is resonating with, yeah, it's about to be, you know, recognized, you know, for something great out here. So get ready, get ready, get ready. So, as I always say, y'all, keep your head held high and your middle finger higher, and everything's going to turn out in your favor. With that being said, y'all, that's been your message. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.